What's going on, everybody? This is Nick Lawson from Squad Sports. We're really excited to be supporting the Free Agent Friday series. A lot of great talent out there. Without further ado, this is the next free agent you should be signing with your sports team.
All right, we're back for another Free Agent Friday, and today I've got Adrian Camargo with me. How's it going, Adrian?
Hey, pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. Let's kind of kick right off into your school background, where you went to school and any degrees that you received.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm from West Texas. So I went to the University of Texas at El Paso, UTEP. I have a double major in computer information systems and operations and supply chain management. So I graduated in 2012, so a little while ago. Originally, I wanted to major in like kinesiology or something like that. I kind of wanted to work as like a physical therapist. I started taking chemistry, biology, all that, and I quickly realized that that was like not really for me. And then I kind of started getting into like the technology side of the business and realized there was a lot of potential there. So I kind of got into information systems, and then quickly realized that the supply chain world and the operations world needs to keep up with technology. So within the business school, they had these two majors, so I paired them together, and I think they go well together. That's kind of why I chose supply chain and operations with the information systems. And then, yeah, that's basically it. Right after graduation, about 8 months later, I moved out to Austin, Texas for my first big boy job.
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah.
What job was that?
So it's with General Motors. So I work in the IT field as a business analyst. That's what I do right now.
And so what's the appeal to sports?
Yeah, so I've kind of always been in and around sports since I was little. Played soccer and basketball growing up and all that. And in college, I actually had like a brief stint with the under 20 team of a professional soccer team out in Mexico. They're in Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, which is border town to El Paso. So I did that for a little bit, and then it came down to basically stop studying and move to a town a few hours away with like no financial help and keep playing in like the third division or keep studying. So I chose to stay home and keep studying. I think it was a good choice after analyzing it and all that. The team went under a few months or a year later. So I think it was a good decision. There's always what ifs, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of where it started. And then as far as like working in sports and all that, I didn't really think it was possible. Like you see all these people in ESPN and all that, and you think there's very few jobs and all that. And so like up until a couple of years ago, I kind of started realizing, hey, there is a market out there for people like me, like people that have my skill set. So kind of when Austin started bringing professional soccer, they started with the USL team in 2019, and then they started talking up the Austin FC, which is the new MLS team that's coming up. So that's kind of where I started looking into jobs and said, hey, there is something out there for me. So I kind of started doing stuff in order to get into the sports world.
What's kind of the ideal role that you're looking for?
My ideal role would probably be with like a agency or a team, kind of being the guy behind the scenes, making everything run, kind of helping them do whatever they need to do, like helping the athletes either get sponsorships or get endorsements or do anything off the field that they want, like if it's with an agency or anything like that, or if it's like with a team, helping them obviously win a championship and grow that, but kind of being behind the scenes, helping move everything forward, kind of as like a support role maybe, or an operations type of role.
Are you open to relocation?
For the right job, I am, but probably would like to stay in the Central Texas area. And remote, obviously everything's remote now, and my current job, I'm doing it remote as well. So I'm open to that as well.
How about, tell us about the Frugal Athlete. I see that you're doing some business development consulting there.
Yeah, so it started based off of the, when USL said that they were going to create a team here, I said, okay, I want to go to the games and I want to go for free and watch them, basically, try to get a job there. So I took a job as like a data analyst, going to the games and providing live data input on like an application, and just reporting what was going on for live sports betting. So they would create bets based off of the data you give. So I started like that, and then at the same time I started following like the Austin team, and kind of started following players that I thought played pretty good or had like a social media presence. That's where I came across Amobi Okugo, who's the founder of a Frugal Athlete. He posted one day, he's like, hey, I need people for business development, marketing, that type of job. So I just reached out, and he's like, yeah, let's set up an interview. So I started talking to him, and now it's been a few months now, since February. I've kind of started helping him out, basically doing everything, right? I've edited podcasts, helping with the operations side of the business, help him make a plan. So basically trying to grow the company into I guess the goal is to have it be an online media company that provides resources to athletes on and off the field, and basically try to get them to, I guess, make the right decisions financially for them to set up their career after they stop playing, because sport doesn't last forever. So we're kind of targeted towards transitioning out of sport and making sure that financially you're set up properly, right? So we're trying to provide courses, webinars, blogs, any just resources, and then on top of that, try and getting into consulting and just helping athletes one-on-one try to grow their business or their brand outside of sport.
What would you say is your biggest asset that you'll bring to a new position?
Yeah, so I think, so first of all, I'm fluent in Spanish. So I speak it every day. I think that's very important, especially in this region in Central Texas. I believe I have strong analytical skills. That's kind of where my main skill set is. I think I have a good ability to kind of see the problem from a really high level approach, and then make a plan in order to resolve it and get into the details of it and work it like a project, and just kind of knock it out and integrate it into the day-to-day operations of like a business or whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, I think those are my two highest skills.
What about on the flip side? What area do you need to work on the most?
Yeah, I think right now, I think I need to start to speak up a little bit and more often. I feel like, especially in like group meetings and in my job is in IT, I feel like I don't speak up as often unless it's like an airtight plan. So I think I need to work on speaking up more, sharing my ideas, and sharing them more often and earlier, so that my opinion can be heard.
How would you define success?
So I think it's really being happy with what you're doing in the day to day, and something I've learned over the past few months is just providing value with every conversation or everything that you're doing. So as long as you're providing value, I think that's the definition of success.
I like it. What would be your like dream job?
Yeah, so kind of like I said before, I think being the guy behind the scenes with a team or an agency, just on and off the field. If it's like a team operations coordinator or a business operations coordinator, something like that, anything like business management, business development, where I can be exposed to kind of all aspects of the business and kind of start making plans to execute them and resolve them, and document what the process is, and just get a good plan in place in order to execute that. But honestly, it'd be either like on like an agency or with a specific team, or anyone really doing anything to help athletes on or off the field or court or out of sport.
How about, this is kind of the last one, is a fun personal fact about you.
So I just became a certified financial coach, kind of with a Frugal Athlete, and personally, I do a lot of work in Excel. I'm kind of a geek with Excel and budgets and all that. So I kind of wanted to formalize it a little bit more. A lot of people come to me for help for like budgets and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to formalize it And so I just became a certified financial coach, and I'm, I guess, with a Frugal trying to see what we can do there to provide like that type of service within a Frugal and personally as well.
So is that like more schooling that you had to take, or how do you get certified?
There's like these different companies that provide courses. So I bought one of those courses and just kind of took that as like a continuing education type of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something though that you're going to be able to use your whole life. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, whether you use it in business or not, at least benefit you personally. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think it was a good fit. Yeah.
Well, no, I want to thank you for joining me. You know, you can, you know, tell just from talking that you've got a sharp mind, and I'm sure you're very good on the business side. So excited to kind of watch you get into the sports full time here soon.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.